Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Livestream Saturday. The reason that I am laughing quite a lot is because this is the tightest I have ever cut it between organising the live stream and then going live. And I'll show you right now exactly what I've spent about 45 minutes doing, and it is this. Getting a pick to rotate on the screen and write in pick lottery likes target 300. So that has taken me about 45 minutes to do, which means that the whole rest of the live stream, I don't know what's going to happen. It could all go wrong because I've hardly set up anything, but at least that is working, so it's great. 45 minutes spent on that. But I'm just going to leave it there. I'll see if I can get you guys up on screen as well. Here we have it, the live chat room. So hello everybody in there. We have Corey, Jennifer, Lynn, Lucy, Selena, Sandra, and Joy, Carl, main fan, Elka, Pamela, Carla in there moderating, Jeannie as well, Kurt, and Jennifer again, Kathleen, and Carla's in there as well moderating. Thank you moderators so much for doing such a great job. Everyone say hello and a massive thank you to the moderators. We have also got to get on screen my patrons who make this possible and every single video possible that I do on this channel, and there they go across the bottom of the screen. You know who you guys are. They also do pop up in the super chat window as well, and so far, fingers crossed, every window has worked. We will see if we can get the super chat window up on screen as well, and that is working as well. So we are quizzing at the moment. We'll have to see what happens. There's one more screen that I have to get on screen, but I think I'll do that during the first video because I haven't organised that either. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and I'm going to see if we can get the likes up on screen, but this is something that always tends to mess up whenever we go live. It moves over to the right. I've got no idea why that happens, but it does happen. We're just going to have to deal with it, and it's something that I might be able to move it across a little bit live. There we go. 101 likes already. Thank you guys so much for spiking the likes before the live stream even went live. We're going to be aiming for 295 likes. That is the target for tonight's live stream. I believe that is correct. I'm going to put a graphic on screen later in the live stream so you guys can see the target, but take my word for it. 295 is what we're aiming for, and 300 is what we're aiming for in order to have the first ever lottery of a pick, a Wings of Pegasus pick, which is signed by myself, and that's going to be done in the future in a roulette wheel kind of thing. Anyone who was in the live stream and has agreed to be part of that roulette, then it's just going to be random, it's going to be spun around, you'll all see it on screen, and then whoever wins, and we'll get a pick sent off to them. And thank you to Carla for organising all of that. Also, I've just seen Neil go through that live chat room as well, so thank you Neil for moderating as well with Carla and Laurie. So, we are going to be jumping straight into the super chat window because we have had some donations in there before we were even live. So thank you guys so much for that. The first was from Paul, who has donated $10. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, thank you for giving us a place to celebrate and enjoy music. Your kind words are appreciated when you do your analysis of musicians and singers and the live streams. So thank you for that, Paul, for the kind words and that donation. And Michelle has donated $15 after that. Thank you for that, Michelle. The message is, I can't make the live stream tonight, but I'm here early to spike the likes. Thanks, Phil, and everybody have a good time. So thank you for that, Michelle, as well. She will be one of the catch-up crew later on. And thank you for the donation as well. Marilyn has donated $5. Thank you for that, Marilyn. The message is, hi, Phil and everyone. I'll have be part of the catch-up crew. That's okay, my brain just put in the 2 there that didn't exist. But anyway, I'll have to be part of the catch-up crew. Do you ever sing and play at your family gatherings? With a question mark and a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And the easy answer to that is no. We never have any kind of singing going on. It's just not something that we do. So simple answer. And if I did, I think they'd look at me as if I was a bit weird. But anyway, thank you for that, Marilyn. And Lucy has donated $49.99. Thank you so much for that, Lucy. And the message is, howdy Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers. Thank you again, Phil, for analysing Greg Lake. Next, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Knife Edge or Take a Pebble live in Switzerland, 1970. Please spike the likes with a thumbs up, some rock horns, a heart and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And this is the thing about the list, is I do get through each and every request, and that was one from Lucy that I did recently. It was more just Greg Lake playing a 12 string and singing, but it was one of those that fell under the Emerson, Lake and Palmer banner because that's what it was. But thank you, Lucy, for that donation and another request. So Stephen has donated $4 as well. Thank you for this, Stephen. And it looks like the guy holding out his mug of summer fruits squash. So thank you for this, Stephen. And let's have a plug of the mug as well. Unfortunately, tonight, it isn't summer fruits. As you can see in there, we've got orange squash. So we're back to the orange, and let's have a plug of the mug. There it is, and you've got options of mugs now. I've ordered my black and white monochrome Wings of Pegasus mug, so that's going to be on the way to me. You can check out these mugs underneath this video, underneath all of the videos, I think, on the channel. But also, if you go to teespring.com, you'll be able to get your hands on the mug, but just anything. Just type in Wings of Pegasus, and you'll be able to find all of the merchandise. So let's put that down there. Try not to spill it all over the table. And we have another donation. Thank you for that, Stephen. And Nora has donated $20. Thank you for this. And the message is, I'm on a Billy Idol kick and am happy to see you did an analysis of him and Steve Stevens. Can't wait to go see it after live stream. So thank you for that donation. And Steve is one of those guys that got in touch with me after I did that video. And Steve is a super nice guy. And yeah, that performance, make sure you guys check that out if you haven't seen it already on the channel. Just type in Billy Idol or Steve Stevens and British guitarist, and you'll be able to find it. I feel like I've got a mouth. I feel like I've got a hair wanting to get in my mouth, which is sometimes the problem with having hair this length, but it's just something that we have to deal with, people that do have long hair, and especially for guys that choose to have it like this. But anyway, I do feel like I have a mouth 100% of the time, which is fortunate, especially for these live streams and analysis videos. But anyway, thank you, Marge, who has donated $2 as well. And that's a straight up donation without a message, as is the next donation under that, which is for $5. And that is from Ugliger. And that's UGGLIGR. So thank you for that. And Steven's just popped in with another $3 donation with a big thumbs up. So we might jump into the first video of the night, and everything's going well with the live stream. It's just purely me that's letting everything down. So we'll jump into a video. I'll check that everything's working, because I haven't even checked to see if you guys can hear me or not, but I'm assuming that that is okay and that the audio is fine. We're going to jump into the first video of the night. I've got a funny feeling that something's going to go wrong, but we will see. It was requested over on Patreon, and I haven't had a chance to look through all of the requests because I'm actually going to be setting up the show while this video is playing, or at least attempting to. So if it does go a little bit jumpy, it might be because my computer's loading, because I'm changing lots of stuff. And I'm also going to attempt to get this hair away from my mouth so that I can concentrate on talking and not choking potentially on a hair. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is the lyric version of my song called Greed. I will be sorting out the show while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Sees the bottle
And there we have it. That was my song called Greed, and that's available on my album called Persistence, which you can get at wingsofpegasus.com/store. Anyway, I always say about it being available on iTunes and Amazon as well, but I have to play and pay them a percentage for every download and every time it's sold on there. So it's better for me if you go to the website, or my website, wingsofpegasus.com. Anyway, I've now got the whole computer hopefully working, because it looks like the likes are up on screen, or at least it should be, and it should say 295, so that is the target that we're aiming for, and it's going to be in the top left hand corner of the screen, which is going to be up there. So if you could hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. We'll see where we get to tonight. We can have a look at the likes at the moment. We're at 149, so it's just gone over to 150. We are over halfway there technically, so thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up so early on. We'll see where we end up. Let me also get the super chat window up on screen, and maybe this thing I can get on here again. There we go. That is going to be the target for this lottery pick winning competition thing that is going to be starting up as soon as that target is hit. I don't know whether we'll be able to do it tonight, maybe, but this is for hitting this particular target live, so it's not with the catch-up crew. The catch-up crew just help to bump the likes up and help the video to get out there, and also for the channel to grow. But in terms of having the lottery on next Saturday's live stream, if we do make it, then it's going to be 300 as being the target tonight. We will see how we get on with that. But let's jump into the super chat window again, and just to let you know, I don't think I've got the hair out of my mouth. I think it might be a small one that's stuck in there somewhere, but it's okay. It's not something that's going to totally floor the live stream. We can continue. It's absolutely fine. I washed down some orange squash, so I think it's feeling better. We'll see how we get on. Anyway, thank you, Lethia, who has donated $5. And the message is, thanks to you for drawing such a lovely group to you, Phil. Thanks to all for the love during my grief last week. Rest in peace, Tam. Musicians leave a lot undone. So, thank you for that donation, and also for everybody helping and supporting Lethia, and also it's just such a great community here in the live stream chat room. So thank you everyone for getting together and joining in. And if you are new in the live streams, just say a big hello and introduce yourself. You can also join the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook if you want to, because that's where a lot of the community hang out, and it's also where I sometimes pick up some pictures, but that's where Vince hosts the after party after the live streams as well. So feel free to head over to that page over on Facebook. And thank you, Lethia, for that donation and for the message to everyone. And thank you, everyone, for the support to Lethia as well. Thank you, Alan, as well, who has donated $10. The message is California Guitar Trio, The Marsh. So thank you for that suggestion, Alan. And Debbie has donated $9.99. Thank you for that. The message is, hi, Phil. Will you say hello to our grandson, Ari, who is here for the night? Thanks, he loves music too. So hopefully I have pronounced that correctly, and it's Ari and maybe Ari, but I hope you have a great night. I'm just going to go with Ari because that's how I said it to begin with. And thank you, Debbie, for that donation, and a big hello to your grandson. And maybe the pronunciation can be typed out in the live chat room somewhere to make sure that I said that correctly. But thank you, Deborah, as well, who has donated $24.99. And the message is, hey, Phil, all the rockin' robins in the early bird room are ready to rock. And we have a chicken, an owl, it looks like a chicken, an egg, and a chick, and a dove. And then maybe a cockerel at the end there, but I can't see because it's too small and I'm really straining my eyes. But hopefully I've got the pictures correct. Thank you, Deborah, for going through all of the emoticons to find the relevant pictures for that comment, and all of the R's that are included in that comment. So thank you for that, Deborah, and for the donation. And Linda Z is in the house and has donated $10. Thank you for this, Linda. The message is, what are your thoughts on gum chewing while performing, like Greg Lake was doing in your last video? This comes from one whose music teacher father would never allow it, even when just practicing. So, I think this is something that is obviously going to vary from person to person. Some people like to chew gum in order to keep their mouth a little bit more moist and stop it from drying out if you are singing. But for me, I think it's just a little bit risky, because sometimes just when I've been talking and I've been chewing gum, I've breathed in and it's almost kind of choked me and then I swallow the gum. So I always think that if I was chewing gum and singing, considering the amount of breathing and the amount of concentration going on to get enough breath to then finish vocal phrases, if my chewing gum got caught in an intake of breath and went to the back of my throat and then I choked and then had to swallow the chewing gum, that wouldn't do much for the vocal phrase that I was attempting to sing. And it might even be the fact that that is then the end of your performance, because you might be then coughing, and it always takes a little bit of time to recover from any kind of choking. If you have ever done that while singing, you'll know that I've only ever done that during practicing, so it's not too bad if you do it in practice, but you'll know that if you do choke, it takes probably about 5 minutes or maybe more to recover to get back to your normal voice again to be able to sing. So it is something that I don't personally chew gum, and it's obviously going to be up to people whether they want to or not. I just think it's a bit risky for my liking. Not that I'm going to say to somebody, definitely don't, you're not allowed to do it. If you want to, you can do. But for my own personal artistic choice, it's just a risk that I don't want to risk taking. And it's the same for these live streams. I don't chew gum when I'm talking during the live streams or doing analysis videos. I sometimes have gum before I do an analysis video, but I then take it out when I start talking, because it's exactly the same reason. I don't want to be talking and then actually choking on a bit of chewing gum. But anyway, thank you, Linda Z, for that donation. And Jeannie has donated $5. Thank you for that, Jeannie. The message is, might have to watch this on catch up. My reception is freezing and speeding up very strangely. Anyway, keep on spiking with a heart. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And it seems like everything's okay at the moment. Sometimes on the screen, if it's not going particularly well, I get some red lights that go off, but it looks like we're green at the moment. So I think the stream is okay. It might just be the download speed and your internet connection, because sometimes if that drops a little bit, it goes pixely and then it has the loading thing. But I think we are okay at the moment from this end with internet and everything going. So fingers crossed. And Karen is in the house and has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, Phil, I hope you're not tired of my sharing quotes. Jimi Hendrix said, music is my religion. I also get that hair issue. Laugh out loud. Thanks for being you, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen, and for the Jimi Hendrix quote as well. I'm always happy to hear a little bit of Jimi Hendrix on the channel or at any point during the day, so thank you for that. And let's have a little look over to the likes, because we are at 180 already, and we're approaching 25 minutes past 12 here in the evening. So it's just gone past midnight here. We will see where we get up to. We're aiming for 295. And if possible, we're going to try and squeeze out an extra 5 to 300 to see if we can get to that pick likes lottery or whatever I've called it on that side of the screen, in order to see if we can get there for the first time. It might be possible, or we might have to do it either on Tuesday or next Saturday. We will see. But thank you guys just for joining me tonight, and it's great to have people to talk to with these live streams and to have you guys in that live chat room. So thank you so much for that. Now, before we get into the next video, I think this is one that I did see over on Patreon. Like I said, I've done a really bad job of setting up the live stream tonight. So it was Free Fallin, and this was the Tom Petty tribute that I did a while back. I did see this requested over on Patreon, so I've managed to grab it, and hopefully when I click on the square that has the name of the video on there, it's going to work. I hope you guys enjoy this. Fingers crossed it's going to be fine, and I'll see you guys after this. I'll jump into the live chat room while this is playing as well, and maybe try and clean up the live chat room as well, because I don't think we need to see the live chat room and then live chat underneath that. But I've just seen that Vince has popped into that live chat room, actually into the super chat window with a donation. So thank you for that, Vince. I'm just going to address that before we jump into the video. The message is, Phil, in the live chat, Wayne Mitchell says, ever heard of a band called Captain Beyond from the early 70s? So thank you for that, Vince, for passing on the message from Wayne, and thank you, Wayne, for that question. And I haven't heard of Captain Beyond. It isn't a band that I have listen to, but maybe it will be one that I can check out in the future. So thank you for that question. So the answer is no, I haven't checked them out yet. But whenever I hear the name of a band that I don't know, I generally have a quick jump on YouTube and do a search and have a little listen. And if they do have anything on YouTube, or just do a bit of a Google search on them anyway. But thank you for that, Wayne and Vince. We're going to jump into my version of Free Fallin. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, she's crazy about Elvis, loves horses and a boyfriend too. And it's a long day living in Reseda, and there's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. And I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free,
And there we have it. That was my version of the classic by Tom Petty, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. More of a tribute there, and obviously Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, but I do have an analysis video here somewhere on Tom and also Travelling Wilburys. There's a little bit of everything on the channel pretty much, but especially looking at Tom, that's something that if you haven't seen that, check that out on the channel here somewhere. But I hope you guys enjoyed my version of that classic track. Anyway, we are going to be jumping into the super chat window because we've had a little bit of action in there, and I want to make sure that I don't miss anything here because Fred has donated $5. Thank you for this, Fred. And the message is just saying hi to all my Wings of Pegasus and Audrey and Kate friends. Love you all. So thank you for that, Fred. And a huge hello to all of you Wings of Pegasus friends out there. And also to Audrey and Kate. Hello. And I hope that you enjoy the live stream. Thank you, Fred, for that donation. And Lucy has donated $9.99 again. Thank you for this, Lucy. And the message is 20 years ago today we lost co-founder, bassist and one of the lead singers of the Cars, Benjamin Orr, at 53 from pancreatic cancer. May he rest in peace. So thank you for that donation, Lucy, and also for that statement, but also amen to that. And I think the Cars are here somewhere as well in an analysis video, so thank you, Lucy, for that. And Kathleen has donated $20, and this is a straight up donation without a message to it, so thank you for that, Kathleen. And Jill has donated $5. Thank you for this, Jill. And the message is, Phil, been shopping in your store and your CD just arrived. Guess I've become a virtual groupie, enjoying be a part of your journey. You truly rock. So thank you for that, Jill, and for the kind words. If the CD has arrived, that literally comes from here. I put it, it's my handwriting on the address, and if it's a signed and message one, that's me doing it all. I literally send it from this location to wherever it's been ordered in the world. So thank you for that, Jill, and I'm glad that it has arrived safely, and that the people posting it could read my writing to get it to the correct location. So thank you for letting me know that it has arrived. And Kay has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Kay. The message is, what do you do when two or more voices just don't blend well? So thank you for that, Kay. And with voice blending, it's something that you might have two singers who are lead singers and then they try to sing together and it doesn't work very well. It's most likely because they are singing with two lead vocals and they are leaning in to their sound and using a lot of diaphragm and really pushing and going for it and trying to get a lead vocal sound but independently. So what you'll find sometimes is that someone who is a great lead singer and the other person who harmonizes with them and has a voice that blends really well, the second vocalist is a little bit lighter and just blends, literally blends their consonants of what they're saying so they're not abrupt. So it's a smooth way of singing. So you want to have one voice that is singing very clearly and making sure that the pronunciation's really clear and the enunciation is clear, and you might want to experiment with the second vocalist. And it doesn't matter, you can chop and change and try it one way and then the other way with one person singing lead and then the other person singing lead. But then if you want to try and blend those vocals, have one person softening their consonants in the background so that the pronunciation and the enunciation isn't clashing. Because if you have words that are being really clearly sung, if somebody misses, say for example, the C of clearly, if somebody's singing clearly twice and the second person is slightly off with their phrasing, you're going to get a clear, and you're going to get that sound. It's going to sound abrupt because you're getting such a strong consonant sound. If somebody goes clearly and softens that clearly, you won't be aware of that consonant at the beginning. You'll only hear the first vocalist or the main vocalist the lead vocalist's C at the beginning of that word. I hope that this is making sense, but it might be the case that you both have to soften up. Sometimes you just get two singers who do sing like lead vocalists, but one of them naturally sings in a softer way. And a great example of this is probably the Bee Gees. If you analyse their voices independently, you can say that Robin vocally had such a soft sound to his voice, which meant that it sat so well with his brothers, and they all just tended to have the perfect tone individually to then blend together, because it wasn't like three really abrupt voices all fighting for your attention. They blended with each other, so that you might have the lead vocal and then you'd have two voices behind that. I know that they chopped and changed lead vocal, but you would have the focal point of the lead vocal and then two voices behind that were blending because of the natural sound of their voice, and they weren't aggressive with their vocal sound in the background. But anyway, I hope that makes sense. A bit of a long answer to that, but thank you, Kay, for that donation. And in a nutshell, that's usually why voices don't blend particularly well, but they can blend. You just have to edit your technique a little bit and just be aware of it in the first place. But anyway, thank you for that. And Ginny B has donated $5. Thank you for this, Ginny. And the message is, hey Phil, I've begun your guitar lessons on Patreon. I appreciate you, with a little picture of a guitar. F chord is hard, small hands, loving your Tom Petty cover right now. With, I'm not sure what, that might be a parachute for the free Fallin. So thank you for that, Ginny. And thank you for checking out the guitar lessons over on Patreon as well. I'm glad that they are helping you along. And just in case you don't know, anybody who watches these live streams, I do have a guitar course over on Patreon. If you guys want to check that out, it's patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. There should be a link that I can get on screen. There you go. And this is just what supports this channel from the foundation up, and all the people at the bottom of the screen, they are over on Patreon. So thank you guys for that, for supporting the channel. But also some people are over on Patreon for those guitar lessons, which literally start from the beginning of playing the guitar or attempting to play the guitar. Just from your very basic chords, rhythm work with the right hand, picking, and then power chords, all that kind of stuff. So you can check that out at patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. But thank you, Ginny, for checking that out, and I'm glad that it is helping. And the F chord is hard. That's going to be a little bit further down the line in the course, but this is the great thing, that you can start with power chords or just fifths, as well as they're also known, just the root note and the fifth. But then you can add in that extra octave to get a fuller sound if you do struggle with bar chords. But anyway, thank you, Ginny, for that donation. And Arlene has donated $9.99. Thank you for that. The message is, it's a picture of the same guy saying thank you, and I think he's praying. So thank you for that, Arlene. And for all of the donations tonight in the super chat window, it is massively appreciated, because they do help this channel and me to keep going and keep everything running and keep everything organized. Now, in terms of keeping things organized for the future, you won't believe this, but the appointment that I had on Monday for the new internet, I got an email saying that it had been cancelled. So now I had to ring up again, and I've organised another appointment for Tuesday. And the woman that I rang at this company called PlusNet, who are going to do the new internet, couldn't believe that I have organised 5 appointments and I'm still trying to get it sorted. So she's hopefully, fingers crossed, organised everything for me, so that on Tuesday I should have, fingers crossed, new internet. But it seems like for the moment the new internet is going to be welcome, but the old internet is still working, has been working a little bit more since the guy came out to try and fix the old internet. So we will see how we get on, but we all seem to be live at the moment. We'll see if we can continue for this live stream for the rest of tonight without it cutting out. But it looks like, I've just seen on the counter, 234. I don't know why that always jumps out, but we are at 234 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. If you haven't done that so far, if you haven't used your thumbs up token, then it would be massively appreciated to see how high we can get. We are aiming for 295 tonight. or we are also aiming for the Guitar Pick Likes Lottery winner signed pick. This could be something that backfires, but there we go. That was something that I set up, I think, on the last live stream, but here is what I've spent all of my time tonight doing, just to get a rotating pick to say pick lottery likes target 300. That is what we are aiming for in order to get the first ever Wings of Pegasus signed pick out to a live chat room member, which will be happening at the next live chat, or at least the next live stream, probably the week after we hit that target. So we are at 239 likes at the moment. Actually, that just randomly jumped up to 243. So thank you for that spike of the likes. Where are we? 40 minutes past 12 here in the UK. 243 likes. We are closing in on 295 and maybe 300. It would be exciting if this time next week we are doing an actual roulette lottery for you guys to see who's going to win the first ever Wings of Pegasus signed pick. We will see what happens. But anyway, thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. And we are going to be moving on with the live stream. I just want to check the super chat window because I think something's happened in there. Ashley has donated £5. Thank you for this, Ashley. And the message is, love the song, Phil. Always love the music and analysis videos you put out. So thank you for that, Ashley. And we've got a little bit of UK currency in there as well. So £5. Thank you for that. And Deborah is back in the house and has donated $24.99. Thank you for that, Deborah, again. The message is, something is going wrong with my super chats. But Channing wants to know, if you play Skyrim video game, can you analyze Dragonborn live theme song by Mulaka, Colombian singer? I can send link later. So thank you for that, Deborah. And thank you for this, Channing, as well. Thinking about or asking whether I play Skyrim. Yes, I have Skyrim. I've played it, but not as much as I played Oblivion, because I think Skyrim was more into the time when I was doing a lot more music and spending pretty much every day trying to do something and message people and visiting radio stations, hanging outside, trying to get in touch with DJs, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't have a lot of time for Skyrim, unfortunately, but when I played Oblivion, that was literally my first game on PlayStation 3. So I was a lot younger and I had a lot more time, and at that point I was personal training, and I was also doing music as well, but my daytime job was a personal trainer. So that meant that as soon as I had a day off from personal training, I could do a little bit of music, but also I could spend a lot of time playing not only PlayStation just in general, but Oblivion was the first game that I bought and could afford. So then I had to save up for another game after that. I had to save up all of my personal training money. And I think I got £5 or just under, maybe £4.75 an hour. So people were paying a lot of money to be trained, and each session was an hour in length. But their money for the training went to the company, and then the money then filtered down to me as a personal trainer, because they had lots of different personal trainers on their books, and I got about £4.75 an hour. I think it might have been a little bit more than that. It might have been raised up. But anyway, I had to save that money up to then buy another computer game. So I spent a lot of time playing Oblivion, because that's literally the only game I had. But anyway, thank you for that, Deborah. And Orlando has just popped in with a $2 donation. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, hello everyone, I made it, spike the likes. So Orlando in the house saying his usual spike the likes. So great idea. Give that thumbs up a click if you get a chance. And we haven't yet said a massive hello to Mario. I've just spotted him in the live chat room, so everyone say a huge hello to Mario. Thank you for joining us tonight. And we can just see one of Mario's guitars in the background, and that is the Steve Vai Gem, the white one that is next to the PRS, which is the maroon coloured one. Is that the correct way to describe it? But it's a dark red if you're not into the descriptions of colours in that way. let me also see if we can get the Maton on screen. Oh, no, that's the fender. I thought maybe we can just see a tiny bit of the Maton on screen, but not quite enough to be able to tell that it's there. But anyway, thank you, Mario, for sending me those guitars. Everyone, just say a massive hello to Mario for joining us tonight. That's what we always do on these here live streams. So we are going to be jumping into the next video of the night, but I might have set myself up for a fall here because this is one of those that I haven't set up yet. So it is going to be shooting from the hip to see if I can click on the right button to get the requested video over on Patreon. Thank you guys again for your requests over on Patreon. I have had a quick look during the last video, and I think that Mary and Kevin requested Unwanted Stranger, so that is the video that I'm going to attempt to try and find live. This is probably not the best way to do it because I'm trying to find the actual video by looking through the list of all the things that I've chosen in the past. And this might take a little bit of time in order to find the video that I'm looking for. I'm going to have to do what they do on TV, which is try and buy some time, but I'm not a professional, so I'm not sure that I can do that. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to maybe skip forward to try and find Haunted, which I know that Mario is going to keep it in sync with what I've just been saying about saying hello to Mario. Mario requested Haunted, and that is at least one of those videos that I can see where the button is. So I'm going to click on that, and I will endeavor to find Unwanted Stranger before the end of the live stream, and then we'll have that as a final video. So this is Haunted. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's the lyric video version of it requested by Mario, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Rain falls outside my
And there we have it. And you got to look at a red screen at the end of that video, which I should have cut that off before really. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that song, the video, and also that last screen at the end. I think that's probably on some of the old videos at the end of the YouTube video part where you can put the covers playlist that I used to have in there, but now there's a new one that I designed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. So let's have a little look at the likes counter. 265 likes. That means we are looking for 35 in order to get to the Pick Likes lottery, which is over there. And it means that we're only looking for 30 to get to the goal for tonight. And we always increase it by 5 each week. So it'll be amazing if we can get 5 more people involved in the live chat room. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm really looking forward to potentially doing a lottery roulette wheel thing for the pick tomorrow. Next week. I wish it could be tomorrow, but we don't live stream that much, just on Tuesdays and Saturdays. But next Saturday, it means that maybe we'll be able to do it. So we need to bump up the likes a little bit in order to get there. I might just stay live until we reach 300. But look, I'm just seeing what the time is. It's 8 minutes to 1 here. So once we start getting to 1 a.m, the whole live stream tends to go a little bit off the rails with the internet. It has before, but fingers crossed it'll be fine. We'll try and extend the duration of the live stream to get up to 300. We're looking for 31 in order to get to that lottery likes to win the signed pick. But anyway, let's get the super chat window up on screen. And is it still working? By the way, I did find the Unwanted Stranger button. It was in front of me, but I just couldn't see it for looking. There are quite a lot of things in front of me, to be fair, but I couldn't find it. So we will have that before the end of the live stream. And jumping back into the super chat window, I want to scroll up just to make sure that I don't miss anybody out. And Vince has donated $10 again. Thank you for that, Vince. The message is, DJ said on live chat, Phil, have you heard of a group called Home Free, a cappella group from the USA? If not, I urge you to look them up. Their version of Folsom Prison Blues is great. Folsom Prison Blues is great. So thank you for that, Vince, and also for that message in the live chat room, DJ. And it's gone off the screen, but I think I have heard of Home Free, or at least I've seen them. It's one of those guys that I check out a lot of videos, and because there are a lot of requests, I do get sometimes a cappella groups, but also Peter Hollins is an a cappella kind of guy, and I have a connection with him. I was part of the beta testers for his course that he made, and that was a few years ago now. But yeah, I used to message him and he messaged me about asking about the course and how to make it a little bit better, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Peter Hollins, if you don't know who that is, check him out on YouTube, because he is huge on YouTube for a cappella and doing the whole sound of a song just with his voice. And he does lots of collaborations as well, so check him out if you do get a chance. But thank you for that, Vince and DJ, and I'm just going to leave it where it is because I believe that Lynn, yes, is the next donation for $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. The message is thank you to the moderators. So a huge thank you to the moderators, not only from Lynn, but from me. And I'm sure everybody in that live chat room wishes the moderators a huge success tonight in the live stream. They're always successful. It's just sometimes trying to avoid the trolls that come in, but I think they are impossible to avoid. So thank you, moderators, for doing such a great job and keeping the live chat room such a cool place to be and such a nice community feel to it. If you want to check out the community guidelines, you can find those at wingsofpegasus.com. And go to the live stream section of that site and you'll find guidelines for these live streams. But it's all pretty much straightforward and mostly common sense, really. I think if you join in with the live chat room and you're just a normal person here for the community, then you don't really need to read the community guidelines. But just in case you do want to, as a guide, that's what they are there for. But anyway, thank you for that donation. Lynn and Selena has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Selena. The message is, just curious, what's the heaviest band you listen to? Thanks. So, I'm trying to think, probably, if you have listened to Winger, you'll know a lot of their stuff in the 80s, early 90s, or late 80s, early 90s, is more hard rock. But if you are into their whole catalogue, they get pretty heavy. So, I'd say Winger is probably the heaviest I go. In terms of albums, probably Pull is one of those, but they go pretty heavy. You'll have to get into some of their more recent stuff. Maybe if you're talking late 90s and maybe entering the 2000s as well, that is something that is definitely worth checking out. I know that being a Winger fan, I'm going to be a bit biased, but they do get quite heavy with their sounds. So that is probably the heaviest I go. Obviously, Metallica are one of those bands that are heavy in inverted commas. I mean, they're not super heavy. They're not like death metal or anything along those lines. I don't tend to get that heavy, but the mainstream metal like Metallica, Iron Maiden as well, that kind of sound I do listen to, and I still consider that relatively light as a sound, but just because I'm into hard rock, and I think the metal of the 80s kind of crosses over for me into the metal of the 80s being hard rock. There is that kind of blurred line between those two. Obviously Dio as well, one of those that is seen as more of a heavy sound, but I don't consider it really heavy. But anyway, so that's probably what people would consider maybe as heavy metal, that kind of thing, but for me it's not really that heavy. So Iron Maiden, Metallica, Dio, that kind of stuff. But anyway, Selena, thank you for that donation. Orlando has donated $5 again. Thank you for this, Orlando. The message is, good job, and this is a cat giving a thumbs up. So thank you for that picture. And Kay has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Kay. The message is, when working as a personal trainer, how did you keep clients motivated and engaged? So, I think the biggest motivator for anybody when they are training is seeing results. Because as soon as you start to see what you're doing has an effect, then you become more motivated, because you notice it in the mirror when you're looking at yourself, and you might know which parts of you want to improve, and maybe you want to tone up your back of the arms. That's always the biggest thing for females, is that they wanted to get rid of their bingo wings, as it's called here in the UK. I'm not sure if that is a term used across the world, but it's for, I think, going to bingo and sitting down just crossing off numbers all the time. Unfortunately, that was something that they used to attribute when you put your hand up to say that you've got bingo and you wave your arm. If you've got a lot of fat or excess skin and flesh underneath your arm, it'll wobble quite a lot, and that was called a bingo wing. But there you go, a little bit of terminology here in the UK. But women always wanted to work on the back of the arms, so it was all about triceps. But most importantly, if there's a lot of fat, and this goes for anywhere on the body, you want to do ideally some low intensity exercise for a long duration. So just go for a brisk walk for 30 or 40 minutes 3 times a week. There is an argument to just do a shorter amount of time working out at a higher intensity, and it will burn more calories. But the problem is that if you are somebody who is overweight, you'll find that if you start jumping straight into high intensity exercise, it might put a strain on your heart, which you don't want to do. You want to try and just blend yourself into doing high intensity exercise. When I say blend yourself into it, I mean gradually try and step your way into it. Don't just jump straight into high intensity exercise having done nothing for years. You want to have a little bit of an introduction to maybe low intensity, then throw in a little bit of moderate intensity, then a tiny bit of high intensity, and then gradually ramp up the high intensity so that your body's getting used to it. So more often than not, the most sensible approach is, if you are very overweight, to start with low intensity exercise, because it's not going to be as hard on your joints as well. So just even just a low intensity walk. But if you can start to push yourself at a walking pace, obviously the faster you can walk for half an hour or 40 minutes is going to burn more calories, and it's going to get your heart pumping a little bit more, and it is going to burn calories in a nice consistent way that is safe for your joints as well. But anyway, so that is how I would say to keep clients motivated and engaged. Give them obviously a program that they're going to be able to see over 8 weeks what they're going to be doing, so they know the goals that they're hitting, how long they're supposed to be walking for, and how quickly they might want to be walking for. You might even give them a time target for their 30 or 40 minute walk to cover a particular distance in that time. So it means that if they are 5 minutes before the end of their walk and they've got more distance to cover, they will then naturally start to increase the intensity because they want to hit that target of finishing the whole walk, crossing that finishing line at that particular time, and not be slower than they were on the last walk. But anyway, that is how I used to do it. I think another thing that really does help is I had a guy who I think we lost something. I say we lost. He lost something like 3 stone in maybe a month and a half, a couple of months. So it was a dramatic weight loss, but it was controlled. So we approached it from the whole diet side of things, and he used to go for a run 3 times a week, and I would join him on that run. And it was, I think it was at like 6 a.m. So it was a bit hardcore for me. At that time, I was playing a lot of football, so it meant that I just treated it as another training day. But we were there, getting up, going out for a run at 6 a.m. where there was nobody about because it was still dark because it's in the morning so early on. But we just hammered it 3 times a week, and by doing that, gradually increasing the intensity, going for a 20 to 30 minute run, which is what we were doing, and exactly the same approach, gradually increasing that intensity, therefore gradually increasing the amount of calories burnt and decreasing the amount of fat and saturated fat in the diet. That's how we achieve that quite dramatic weight loss. And he was very motivated because the weight started to fall off pretty much after a week or 2 weeks, because when you're burning that many calories, it's just gonna happen. You can't avoid it. Anyway, let's not get into, I could talk about personal training all year probably, because I did it for quite a long time and I studied it at university as well, sport and exercise science as a degree. So anyway, I then got into music and spent a lot more time playing the guitar than I should have done because I should have been studying. But anyway, that's how I ended up here. I just started really focusing on music at the age of probably 19 and 20. But anyway, thank you, Kay, for that. And Sue has donated $20. Thank you for this, Sue. The message is, just stopping in to spike the likes. We'll catch the catch-up crew. We'll catch with the catch-up crew. So thank you for that, Sue. And thank you for catching up as well, all of you guys who watch the live stream later on. It really does help to get this live stream out there and also get the channel growing. Just hitting that thumbs up is massively appreciated. Let's have a look. 293, and we're only at, well, it's 5 minutes past 1, so we are quite late into the live stream, but it looks like we might make it to tonight's goal, 295. We're looking for 3 people to hit that goal, or 8 people to make it to the pick lottery target, which means we can do a lottery next week on Saturday. That would be amazing. We'll see how we get on. We are going to jump into the Unwanted Stranger video that I couldn't find last time, but Mary and Kevin requested this over on Patreon. Thank you guys for that. And now I have made sure I've remembered where it is. So I'm going to go over here, click it. Hopefully it'll work. We will see if we can get to 295. We've just gone over 295. We're looking for 4 people. So we've hit the target, just the general likes target for tonight's live stream. Thank you everyone for that. And we have it. We've just gone over 300 likes. So thank you guys so much. That means that make sure you tune in next week, next Saturday, because we're going to be having the first ever pick lottery, which means that if you message in the live chat room to say that you accept it, and Carla can tell you what you need to post, it's I agree with a thumbs up. I believe that's what it is. So if you post that, comment that, it means that you will be eligible. You will be entered into the roulette for next week in order to win a signed Wings of Pegasus pick, the first one ever. So make sure that you put that in the comment section to just allow us to know that you agree to be in that roulette and the lottery. And if you do wing a pick, if you wing a pick, that'd be great. But if you win a pick, there's no winging of picks here. You have to win the lottery, the roulette wheel. You'll see it next time. So tune in next week, because then you'll see how it all works. So then you'll know how it works for the future as well. But thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up. You can still do that thumbs up, collect that thumb if you want to, but we have passed the 300. So tune in next week, because that's going to be fun to go through that process and see who the first winner will be. But this is Unwanted Stranger. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Told me something about you that I didn't want to know. Look me right in the eye, and then you placed your head on my shoulder. This position that you put me in, you're on a mission to take my world from around me. Wide awake, I worry my brain. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Anticipating, girl, come on, make up your mind. The night of passion became a nightmare. When the flood arrived, I realized what a fool I've been. You don't even know me, so how could you love me? Let alone care for this unwanted stranger. Forget about the life that I dreamed of. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. Repercussions and consequences. Should've known better. Wish I never met her. True to the letter, I'll never forget her. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind.
And there we have it. That was my song called Unwanted Stranger. I hope you guys liked that one, and you can pick that up again at wingsofpegasus.com/store. So we are now at 315 likes, so we have smashed the likes total for tonight. Thank you guys so much. We were going for 300. Let me see if I can get this all up on screen as well, because we hit that. Thank you guys so much. 315. We're 15 over the lottery likes, which is amazing. And we have had some action in the super chat window. So I want to make sure that I don't miss anything here. We had a donation of $50 from Billy. So thank you so much for that, Billy Juliana. And the message is, I hope to goodness this donation works, gets to you, Phil and crew Lordy. So thank you for that message and also for the donation, and it did come through. I think it should be on screen and everything on my screen is fine, so thank you so much for that donation. And Terry has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Terry, and that's a straight up donation. And we have a donation of $300 from Mario, so a massive thank you to Mario again. A crazy donation. Everyone just say a massive thank you and hello to Mario for that donation. And the message is, he's to 300 likes, Phil, well done, with some smiley faces. So thank you for that, Mario. Here's to 300 likes. Maybe that is what it got corrected to, or got corrected to he's. Anyway, thank you for that, Mario. We have hit 300. We're now at 321. So, I don't know where all these people are coming from, but thank you so much for hitting that thumbs up tonight. And if you are watching this in the future, catching up with it, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really helps this channel to grow and for the live streams to get out there. And I am looking forward to next Saturday when we do a draw for this Wings of Pegasus pick, the first one ever. That's going to be fun to do, but also if you do tune in on Tuesday and you want to be part of that whole lottery roulette thing, then you can still post I agree with a little thumbs up. I'm pretty sure that if you just put I agree in capitals and you can't find the emoticon, then that is fine as well, because sometimes I have trouble just finding the images on the screen because of the way that it's all organized. But if you just type I agree, then you will be entered into that lottery for next Saturday. So we are going to be calling things to a close now. We're just approaching 1:15 here in the morning, but just to let you know as well that things are still continuing on behind the scenes with the whole channel moving forward. I'm working at a new segment that I want to have on the channel, which I'm working on when I'm not doing analysis videos, but there is going to be another analysis video tomorrow night and another live stream Tuesday night. The live streams are always Tuesdays and Saturdays if you are new to the channel, and another analysis video comes out on Thursdays at the moment as well. So it's a Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday setup at the moment, because the other days is when I'm using that time to set up the stuff that I'm going to be doing on the future in the channel, or on the channel in the future. So we'll keep everything moving forward. And the thing that I'm working on, I know that you guys on Patreon have already seen what I'm working at, but I'm just ironing out the details of that, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be too far away, this new segment that I am working on. So also, we've got this video that I'll organise with Taj that we'll do, and this is going to be myself and Taj Farrant, who I've done a couple of analysis videos on, maybe 2 or 3, but myself and Taj will take a look at, I think, probably most likely Gary Moore, and do a bit of analysis on that, and that'll be a lot of fun to do. So I'll do that in the future as well. I'll get in contact and try and organise that for relatively soon. So yeah, there's a lot of cogs turning behind the scenes, but there's a lot of cogs turning during these live streams as well, because we're now up to 323 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. And we have just had another donation that's just come in right at the end, and it's from Jeannie, who has donated $3. Thank you for that, Jeannie. And it's the guy giving a big thumbs up. So thank you guys for all of the donations tonight in the super chat window. You know who you are, and also you guys who pop up in the super chat window, but also at the bottom of the screen over on Patreon. Just the foundation of everything that I do and making everything possible. So you know who you are. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you want to get involved over on Patreon yourselves, you can do patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus to get your name on these live streams. But we're going to be calling it to an end now. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. 324 is a crazy amount of likes. It is so amazing to hit not only a target, but to blitz it by 30. So 30 new people in that live chat room. Hello, and thank you for joining me, and introduce yourselves and be part of the community, get involved. And if you want to be part of that lottery next week, just put I agree in capital letters and that'll be fine, and we'll be looking forward to that one. But thank you also to the moderators for doing such a great job on these live streams, and just everybody try to stay safe. If the government is telling you to wear masks, then wear masks, self-isolate, keep your distance, and just use common sense when applying all of these guidelines and just try and stick to them as much as possible. I will see you guys in the comments section of the analysis videos. As always, there'll be a new one tomorrow night, so look out for that. And also, I'll be live on Tuesday night, where I know it's going to be a lot more difficult to tune in because of work and all those kind of things getting in the way. But if you can join me on Tuesday night, I will see you live on Tuesday night. And if I don't see you live then, I'll see you live again next Saturday for a new segment of the pick lottery likes roulette thing that we'll be doing, and that'll be good fun. So make sure you tune into that, because you might win the first ever Wings of Pegasus pick and get it sent off to you. So I'll see you guys in the comments section, also live on Tuesday night, and have a great rest of the week. Try and stay safe as much as possible, and I will see you guys at the next one.